Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to do a very simple shell stitch that consists of 5 double crochets and works up very nicely and can make some gorgeous blankets or whatever you have in mind. Double crochet is one of your basic techniques in crochet. So I'm going to be using this, one of the Caron Simply Soft yarns in the paints. This color is the Rainbow Bright color. So you'll need your hook and whatever yarn you've chosen. Make your slip stitch and insert your hook. Now for the shell, you need to do your chain, and you need multiples of 6, so you can make it as big as you want, but you just got to keep it in multiples of 6. So once you've got your loop on there, now this loop does not count as part of your chain or as one of your 6, so now you're going to do multiples of 6, so yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's my first chain of 6. Now you keep going until you have the width that you want. Keep counting up to 6 until you have however wide you want your blanket to be. So pause the video here. I'm going to do 18 and then add another 2 at the end, and that will be your turning chain. So do however many you want in multiples of 6 and then add 2. So pause your video until you have your chain the width that you want and then join me again. So there's my chain in multiples of 6 and then add 2 at the end, and that will create the turning chain that we need. So then what you're going to do is 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So this loop that's on the hook doesn't count. So this is the first one from the hook, and this is the second one. So without yarning over, insert your hook into that blue one. Grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a single crochet, and then we're going to skip the next 2. So in this case, the green and this first orange we're going to skip, and then in this orange here we're going to do 5 double crochets, and that's going to create our first shell. So yarn over, insert into that orange, and do 5 double crochets all into that orange. They're all going to be in that same orange loop. 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. So there's our first shell, and then we're going to skip 2, skip that orange, skip that first yellow, and then in this second yellow we're going to do another single crochet. So without yarning over, insert into that yellow, grab your yarn, and do a single crochet. And then again skip 2, skip that one, skip the first green, and then in this second green we're going to do another 5 double crochets to make another shell. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 doubles. So then that's starting to take shape there. So then you continue doing that, alternating single crochets with 5 double crochets, skipping 2 chains each time in between until you get to the end, and then I'll meet you back at the end of this row. Okay, now you've come to the end of your row. So here at the end of your row, you're going to chain 1 and then turn your work to start on row 2. Now in that same space, you're going to do 3 double crochets. So that's going to be in that single crochet that we just worked. So yarn over, and right here in the blue space, 3 double crochets. So there's 1, and 2, and 3. And then at the top of it, you're going to skip 2 stitches, and that will take you to the middle stitch, or the top stitch of the shell from the row previously. So there's your 5 from the previous shell, and then that middle one is your top one. The middle out of 5, you're going to do a single crochet in the top of that one. So there's our single crochet. And then that takes us over. We can skip the next 2 of that shell, and then that'll take us over to our single crochet of the previous row, and we'll do another 5 double in there to create a new shell. And that's the pattern, is that we're going to do single crochet, skip 2, 5 double crochet, skip 2, single crochet, 5 double crochets in the same space, skip 2, 1 single crochet, and you do that until you've completed your blanket. And that's the shell stitch in a nutshell. So there's 4 and then 5, so 5 double crochets inside that single crochet of the previous row, and then skip 2, which will take you to the middle of your shell, and you do a single crochet that acts as your anchor, and then skip 2, which will take you down to the valley between those 2 shells, and then do another 5 double crochets in there. And then continue doing that until you get to the end of your row, and I will show you one more row, one more turn, and then I will let you go off on your own. Okay, so now I'm coming to the very end of this row. So now at the end, I'm going to do 3, so just a half shell in the very last single crochet down at the end here. So yarn over, find your way into that ending stitch there. If you need to pull on it to loosen it up a little bit, there we go. will finish off that row. And then you're just going to repeat rows 2 and 3. So then we'll simply do chain 1, turn the work, and then we've ended on the crest of a shell. So what we'll do is we'll yarn over and go back down into that single crochet there with 5 double crochets. And I will work my way across to the other end and just show you that, and then you're on your own. Okay, once again I'm at the end of my row, and it ends coming up to the crest of this shell. So in my orange stitch here, I'm going to do a single crochet to finish off that row. And then what I would do is I would do a single crochet and turn my work, and then do 3 double crochets back into this teal colored stitch to continue with my work. So now there you have it. That's the shell stitch. So there's my sample piece. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, complaints. I am here to help. I love helping other people with their crochet. There's the lovely shell stitch, basically just single crochet and double crochet, and that's all there is to it. So happy hooking!